Hello, everybody. I've prepared a short lesson for you on how to connect your IA program to your database. Okay, so for us to start, go to your class in Manage Back. Okay, go to Files, and under Files, go to Programming. In programming, we have these two files, mysql test.java and mysql connector java 8015.jar. Okay, the code that we're going to look at, which I wrote and we're going to look into, is mysql test.java. And the mysql connector java is basically includes all the Java code that knows how to connect to a MySQL database and use it, send the data and get data from it. Okay, so after you download the two, we open our BlueJ. And in BlueJ, you're gonna open a new project, give it whatever name you want. I gave my project name my IA example, and then I created a new class, MySQL test, and I copied the class that I downloaded into it. So I'm gonna open it for you to see. Okay, this is the class. Now, before we go into the class and go through it, you need to remember to go to Tools, sorry, not Tool, to Options, Preferences, and you get the Preferences box opened. Here you go to Libraries, and here you need to add your MySQL connector to the libraries to be used. So you press Add File, and find your MySQL jar and just open it and press open. And what I did is I copied it into the location where my Java is sitting under Program Files Java JRE lib. You don't have to copy it there, but just make sure you place it in a place that is not deleted. Okay. After you add this file, you hit OK, and you will need to restart BlueJ for it to actually connect, configure it. Okay. Now let's go through the code. This is the important part. Okay. So this is a code example that you can use in your IA, and let's go through the steps. Step one is we add an import. This import is for the Java SQL package. Basically, all the classes that someone wrote for anybody's use. It's part of the general Java package, and it holds all the SQL classes that knows how to connect and execute and receive data from the database. Okay, also send data to the database. After we do the import, we write our class. In your case, it can be your program, your specific IE program, whatever name you want to give it. And second step, we need to define member variables, okay, for the class. We define them as member variables because we want to use it only once. These variables are three. The first one is the address of the database, or what we call URL. Um, Universal Resource Locator is URL. It's like an address. It This is the address. It's always the same. JDBC, MySQL. Because our database is running locally on your computer, you're going to use localhost and this port. Okay. We're gonna, in this example, gonna connect to the world database, which we used in our SQL exercises. And whenever you have your database, you're just gonna change here the name to your database, the database that you created. And then the rest is use time zone true, server time zone UTC. This is something you have to do. Okay, so basically you copy this entire a URL or address, you just change here the database to the database you want to use. You give the user of your database, okay, I gave here the root user. You all have a root user and a root password to connect to. Use these, okay? If you create another user and a password, you have to give them here, okay? So now we have three variables holding this important information on how to connect to the database. The third step is we do the following things. The first thing is we basically take the driver, the MySQL driver, which is a code that was provided by MySQL, and we actually do class for name. This method, what it does, it actually loads this class into memory and registers it into a class which is called a driver manager, something that Java provides that manages all the drivers. Okay. After we do so, we actually go and create a connection. How do we create a connection? A connection is again is a class that is used by is provided by the SQL package and is given by Java. So we basically call the driver manager. That's an object, okay? Get connection, okay? And we send it the three variables we defined at the top: URL, the address of the database, and the password of the database. Okay? The driver manager will create a connection using this driver, which we loaded before, and will actually connect to the database you created, and will return an object which is called a connection object. Here, I actually called this connection object con. I just created a new variable from type connection and assigned to it the result that came from that driver manager get connection method. Okay, it created a connection for me. And the next thing I do is this is now I have a connection with my database for my program. Now, in order to use it, I need to create a statement object. Okay, it's another SQL object that we need to use in Java. Okay, so we do con that creates, we use our connection object, which we called it con, and we do con that create statement, and it returns a statement object which we store in a new variable of type statement, which I called stmt. Okay. The next step after we have a statement is in this case, we're gonna actually select data from the database. So in order to select data, the statement object, after we execute a specific statement, it will return to us a result set. A result set is another class, Java class, very, very similar to the collection class, okay? Whenever we get the results into this result set, we're gonna go through it by using the hasNext function or the next function, and we'll see it in a second, okay? So we create the result set. This is just a variable, rs. I just gave it the name rs. You can give it any name you want. And then we call the statement, this statement, dot execute query, where in the input for this method, we actually gave the select statement that we want to run on our database. If we run this select statement in our database, we will see it will return to us all the cities where the country code equals Israel. So this is basically where we actually start to use the SQL that you guys used when you ran on our MySQL database, okay? So I'm going to select all the cities from all the cities where country code equal Israel, meaning all the cities in Israel, okay? This method execute query will return to us a result set and we'll save it in the result set variable that we created, okay? The next step, I created a counter just to count how many cities I actually selected. And the next step is, like a collection, we want to go through the result set and actually get the data from it, okay? So unlike a collection, in the result set, we have the method next. The method next returns to us the next, it's like if you remember in the collection, I told you we have like a little midget inside that every time we did get next, it moved the midget. So here the method is called next. It's basically a combination of has next and get next. If the next returns null, returns false, sorry, then we know that there's no more records. If it returns true, it actually moved to the next record in the result set or in the collection. Okay, so after after um, after we do the next, if it returned true, meaning it had a record, now I'm just printing to the screen. I'm printing the city ID. And how do I get the name, the ID of the city? I know that it's basically the first column in the table city. Okay, so I do result set get int. I know that the first column is of type int, so I need to do get int, and I put the number of the column in the table, number 1. Okay, so rs.getInt 1 will return to me the from the first record, the first field, the first column. Okay, if I would have done get string here, and the ID is int, the type is int, I would have failed. I need to do get int method in order to, because it's an int field, okay, an int column. After I printed this, I want to print also the city name. It's the second column. So I do rs.get, in this case, string, because the city name is a varchar, it's a string. So I do get string method. And here I give the order of the column name in the table. Okay. I could have also given here, instead of the number of the column, I could have given the name of the column. I could have done, okay, I can do this as well, as long as the name of the column is name. Okay. So this is another option you can use. And then the country code, I want to print also the country code. It's also a string. So I did rs.getString, and it's the third column. Okay, after I printed this, I incremented my counter, added 1, and I loop again. And this way, I now print all the cities. At the end, I want to print the number of cities, just print the counter. I finish working with my connection. I do con.close. Con is my connection, if you remember. Remember, I create a connection object, which is con. Here I open the connection. So at the end, when I finish my program, when I'm done, I do con.close. Okay. Another point I want to explain to you here, you can see try, and you also have here a catch. Try and catch, please read about it a bit in the internet. It's another option in Java, very popular one, to actually catch exceptions, catch problems. And you can use it, and it's used a lot. Okay, so if there's an error caused by any of the methods here, any of the methods, execute query or get string, anything that fails here, it will throw an exception. This exception will be caught in this block, and here I will print the exception. Okay, so now we have the code. Let's close it and run it, okay, just to see if it works. So I go to right click, void main, and it's running, and it ran, and these are the outputs. We can see, because I ran it twice. No, it's 21. I didn't run it twice, I ran it only once. So first city is 1450, his name is Jerusalem, and country code is Israel. We see country code is always Israel because we selected based on country code. So we can remove that from our print, we don't need it. But we see here all the cities from the world database. Okay, hope this was clear. Um, Now, when I go to my database, when you actually finish your ERD and ready to create your database, you can create your database. In this case, I created a database name iExample. I'm saying I'm using this database, and then I created a table of users. It has an ID, a password, a username, and a password, and the primary key is the ID. And I inserted 2 records into this. Now, if I want to select it, what do I need to do? From my Java code, I need to go back to my MySQL test. Okay. I'm going to just select the ID and the username. Okay, that's all. I have to change here the world to the name of the database I created. In this case, IA example. Okay. And instead of select from city, I need to select from users with no where clause. Okay. And I'm going to say number of users. I'm going to compile this code. And now let's see if it runs. And here we go, here at the bottom. Here we see ID1, username is Asaf Doug. ID2, username is the guy.jjs. Number of users 2. If I go here, I can see that this is exactly the 2 users I've added. Hope it was clear. Thank you very, very much. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to talk to me. Bye-bye.